asking me like I'm not allowed to talk to her. Like, bro, I get you have a crush on her, but you know who else has a crush on her?
I'll give you a hint. It's me.
All right, so let me put you in a scenario real quick. Let's say you're in school and you start catching feelings for a certain girl, right? And then funny enough, your day one homie tells you he also developed a crush on someone too. At first, you think it's probably just a coincidence or something. But after a few context clues, you slowly begin to realize you're both crushing on the same girl.
No, hell no!
What do you do?
I'm glad you asked that.
Because in today's video, I'm gonna be telling you all the story of the time me and my friend both had a crush on literally the same girl. And it really put our friendship to the test, if it was even friendship to begin with. Of course, before I go on, I'd appreciate a like, a comment, and a sub from you guys. I really appreciate it. It helps out the channel, and it's free at the end of the day. It is free, so, you know, you can do it. Thank you very much. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get into the story. So this story takes place back in middle school, specifically 7th grade, which was a pretty wild year for me, to be honest, due to me moving to another school and then not liking it for reasons, and then moving back to my original school. And of course, since I moved back to my OG school, I had much work to catch up on. Ugh, definitely not a good time. And there was a whole bunch of other stuff that I won't get into today. Anyway, I started crushing on a particular girl in my school. Let's call her Kat. Kat was a Hispanic girl who was kind of short and had long black hair. She had a really chill personality, and of course, she was one of the more popular girls in the school, and bro, I was head over heels for this girl, man. Like, I was out here genuinely plotting strategies in my head about how I could talk to her, what I'd say, how I'd not be cringe around her. Pretty much strategizing so much, you'd think I'd be preparing for a 007 mission with James Bond or something. But of course, me being the scared teen I was, I never actually did anything about it. All that planning just for me to abort the mission before it even started. Like, I honestly believed and pretty much knew I had no chance with this girl. Because 1, she was popular, and I was very much not. 2, she always had other girls and guys swarming around her like moths to a flame. And 3, we'll get to that one later. But all in all, I felt like getting this girl was gonna be harder than trying to beat David Goggins in a push-up contest. Like, I just felt like the chances of ever being with this girl were just not my favorite, bro. So one day at lunch, right, I was sitting with my 2 friends. Let's call them Dom and Jake. These 2 were my homies in middle school. Now, don't get it twisted, they were not my best friends. I had one actual best friend who I just didn't have any classes with, unfortunately, so these 2 were just gonna have to do. But they were cool, though, they were cool. We'd always talk about anime and get into like heated debates on stuff like who would win, Goku or Saitama, or which is better, One Piece or Naruto. Naruto, obviously. But yeah, they were some chill people. The type of friends who made lunch feel like its own mini podcast episode, honestly, you know? Anyway, one day while we were at lunch, I don't remember how, but somehow we ended up on the topic of school crushes. Now, even though Dom and Jake were cool, you know, they were my homies and stuff, I still didn't want to tell them about my crush on Kat. Mainly because I didn't want them trying to make a move for me, you know? Like, I can't stand people who like feel like they gotta make a move for you just because you didn't, you know? They were exactly the type of guys to do something just like that. And I couldn't have my 7th grade year jeopardized over a girl. My reputation was already hanging by a thread.
You cannot show that photo, dude. Come on.
I'm sorry, man. I have to. She deserves the truth. She deserves the truth.
So I was like, all right, if I tell y'all my school crush, then y'all got to tell me yours. That way, if they decided to go around spreading classified information, I'd have something to come back with. You know, that way it'd be perfectly balanced, as all things should be. An eye for an eye kind of thing, you know? Also, that way I knew they wouldn't dare share my secret because I got dirt on them as well. And you know, I didn't think they'd accept it, to be honest. I thought that would honestly either, you know, get them to go like, nah, bro, or just forget about it. But no, they actually ended up telling me their crushes too. So, yeah, I ended up spilling the beans. This is when things started to get interesting, honestly. So I told them I had a crush on Kat from my English class, and that I've been crushing on her for a while now. See, Dom and Jake had two different reactions to this. Jake immediately went like, "Oh man, seriously?" Just being dramatic for no reason. Like he was acting like he had seen a UFO or something outside. Like, bro, it ain't that serious. But while Jake was low-key clowning me, Dom's reaction was hitting me with this mean side eye. Like I had personally offended him or something. But I didn't really think anything of it, because maybe I don't know, maybe I thought he was looking at somebody else. I don't know. So I was like, all right, that deal's a deal. Tell me your guys' crushes. Now I think about it, I should have not went first. They could have just not told me then. Anyway, Jake went first, saying he didn't have an official crush, but he did find one girl kind of cute. And I was like, cool, all right. So then now it's Dom's turn. And I remember he looked me dead in the face, giving me that Homelander stare, you know, this one. And this man said he had a crush on Kat as well. At that moment, I realized me and Dom had a crush on the same girl. Jake was over there like, not gonna lie, after that big reveal, me and Dom were giving each other the silent treatment for a good minute. Like two divorced parents at a parent-teacher conference. And I could tell Jake noticed this because he kept trying to break the ice, probably asking some random anime questions like we normally do. But at this point, it didn't matter. Dom knew I was a threat to him now. I was an op in his mission to gain Kat, I guess. Now, just to be clear, I was young, but I wasn't stupid. No way was I about to start antagonizing my friend just because he liked the same girl. That would have been a violation of the bro code, man.
I keep telling you, consciousness over coochie, politics over punani.
Yeah, that wasn't until I actually ended up talking to this girl.
What?
I know, but hold on, let me explain. One day in English class, while we were waiting for the bell to ring, I saw her chilling on her phone, right? And I just had this moment where my brain was like, just do it.
Do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams.
So I did. I actually walked up and talked to this girl. I know, crazy, right? I don't know what was going on with me that day. I don't know. And I remember having a genuinely good conversation with her. Like, it was actually really good. Like, she was actually cool, nice, talking back to me. Like I said, chill. Definitely different from all the other stuck-up popular girls in the school. But as I was talking to her, literally out of the corner of my eye, guess who I saw? That's right. I saw Dom staring at me with that "I'll remember this betrayal for the rest of my life" kind of expression. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention he was also in this class. So again, I don't know what I was doing that day. But yeah, just by his facial expression, it was pretty obvious he was pissed off. Man looked like he was watching me steal his wife or something. And honestly, I still have no idea why I decided to talk to her after learning he had a crush on her. Like, I promise you, I wasn't even thinking about him when I walked up to talk to Kat. I'm not the type of guy who goes after a girl I know my friend likes. I'm not Harry Osborn from the Raimi movies, okay? If you know, you know, but I'm not him, all right? But at the same time, though, I had a crush on her too. I had a crush on her way before I knew Dom did, so yeah. Anyway, after talking to her for a while, the bell finally rang. And I went outside to the carpool area to, wait for my ride home. And I was feeling mighty good, not gonna lie. I was feeling good because, I actually, conquered a fear that day. I felt good. And as I was waiting, I, of course, was approached by Dom. And I'm sure you could guess what he wanted to talk about. Yep, he wanted to know why I was talking to Kat. Asking me like I'm not allowed to talk to her. Like, bro, I get you have a crush on her, but you know who else has a crush on her?
I'll give you a hint.
It's me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, him getting all pissed off that I was talking to Kat was getting me pissed off.
You pissed me off.
Like, I'm not even kidding when I say the conversation with her was nothing but friendly. Like, I wasn't flirting with her or making moves on her or anything like that. But of course, Dom didn't believe me. I was trying to explain to him that I wasn't doing any of that, but he didn't believe me. And he genuinely thought that I was shooting my shot with her before he could. Trying to slide into her DMs before he could. And I didn't even ask for her number. I was just talking to her. And then this man had the audacity to claim that he's had a crush on her way before I did. I'm like, how would you know that? Claiming he got dibs on her and stuff. I'm like, bro, get out of here. I'm like, okay. So if you couldn't already tell, me and Dom ended up having a small little argument before parting ways. And when I got home, I'm not gonna lie, at first, I was thinking about just forgetting him and just talking to Kat more and actually trying to slide into her DMs. Just so I could rub it in Dom's face. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was really pissed off at him. But then I snapped back into reality and I just sat in my room asking myself, you know what? Am I really about to lose a friend over a girl? Am I really about to start antagonizing a friend over some girl that like I barely know? Nah, bro. I had to chill out for a second because the way I was spiraling, I was about 2 seconds away from becoming the villain of my own story. So the next day or so during lunch, I went up to Dom and I was like, hey, bro, this is stupid. I don't want to throw our friendship away over Kat. Like, we barely know this girl. We barely know anything about her. Like, it ain't that deep, bro. And I know Jake was over there just like, what's going on? But see, I thought this would calm everything down, you know? I thought we'd come to an understanding and I thought we'd, you know, just chill like we normally do. Go back to normal. But no. He, of course, like the other day, was not believing a word I said. Like, we haven't been friends for the past year or so. Giving me the one-word responses like, sure, and all right, bro. And mostly the silent treatment. So I was just like, you know what? Forget it. If you want to be all petty because I talked to his crush literally once, he can stay petty. He can stay mad. Stay over there then. Me and Dom didn't talk for a while after that. For the next few weeks, it was just me and Jake at the lunch table, just, you know, talking like we normally do. It was definitely weird because, you know, we're usually a trio, but now it's a duo. Dom went over to the popular kids table, where guess who was sitting at? That's right, Kat. And I just saw him over there talking to her. I would see him over there talking to her, you know? And I swear, if he would have pulled one of those Harry Osborn moves where, like, you know, like, he turns back, you know, and, like, looks at me like, man, I would have, I would have gotten heated. And because I didn't have any classes with Jake, I had pretty much no one to talk to in class because Dom was usually the guy that I would talk to during class. But, you know, because he didn't want to vibe with me anymore, I didn't have anybody to talk to anymore. So that was rough. Anyway, after a few weeks or so, come to find out, Kat started dating the quarterback of the middle school football team. We'll call him Wade. So Dom was out of luck. And so was I. But to be honest, I started to not care as much, mainly because I started developing feelings for someone else. But I knew Dom was upset, though. I knew this man was pissed off. And of course, just like any low-key kind of toxic friend would do, he came crawling back to sit with us at the lunch table after that. Looking back, I should have been like,
Get your ass up out of here, boy.
because how come now all of a sudden you want to come talk to me after a few weeks of giving me the silent treatment? Just because I talked to a girl you liked once.
Ah, so you come crawling back, you cheap sack of
Oh yeah, and don't get it twisted now. He was talking to Jake. He would like talk to him, you know, he would just give me the silent treatment. Man, he had me heated sometimes. But, you know, I wasn't the type to hold grudges. You know, me and him let bygones be bygones, you know. We put the whole thing over the edge, you know, water under the bridge, whatever you want to say. Even though I'm not gonna lie, it still kind of pissed me off because after Kat started dating Wade and stuff, Dom would literally hang out with Wade every chance he got. He'd go to Wade's house. He'd sit with him at the lunch table a few times. He'd go to his football games. At this point, he might as well be his girlfriend too. Let me stop. But for real, I know exactly why he was doing it. Bro was trying to stay close to Kat by being friends with her boyfriend. Like, bro, are we serious? For real, are we serious? That's so lame. To me, that's lame. I'm not gonna lie, that's lame. Anyway, that's the story of the time me and my friend had a crush on the same girl. Looking back at this story, Dom was low-key a toxic friend, not gonna lie. He was a toxic friend. He was cool, you know, like he was a cool guy, but like, you know, he was just petty. He was just petty sometimes, you know, just petty. He's lucky I had no other friends in those classes. Plus, I was, you know, kind of gullible, not gonna lie. Because if not, I would have dropped that friendship right there and then, bro, and I would have never looked back. Jake was cool, but Dom was a low-key toxic kind of person. If you want to call that toxic, I don't know. He was just weird, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, hope you guys liked the video. If you did, be sure to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button for more content like this. And yeah, it's been a while since I've done a story time. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it. And as always, I hope y'all have a blessed and prosperous day. And I'll catch you on the next one. Ahmad